This, but I'm going to start with this. Can you come up here for a second for me, Queen? Please. Don't be mad at me. I got to do Zaza. I had a beautiful conversation with this sister earlier. Her and Sister Berlin brought me in. They contacted me. They were super excited about bringing me to Jacksonville. And, you know, I was like, okay, it's all good. I've been to Jacksonville before, a lot of love. So I was able to meet with this beautiful sister earlier today. And she shared some things with me that shook me to my core. A lot of times when we have these events and when we have these conversations, we always talk about solutions. I don't want to talk about the problem, what's the solution? Well, I'm going to let you know that you are sitting in the presence of a solution. This sister ran a school here for 6 years. All right, is everyone here familiar with that? She ran it, yes? No? Okay. She ran a school here for 6 years teaching our children, kindergarten through 12th grade. She had about 50 students every year. Tell me again the name. I don't have my notes. Prestige Academy of Arts and Business, okay? She had a school here that she ran, and she ran into some difficulties, as we all do, cycle of life. And she ended up having to close her doors. I'm putting everyone here on notice. When we have brothers and sisters that are in the community that are doing the work that a lot of us don't want to do, or don't have the time to do, or don't have the money and the energy and the resources to do, all of our backing should go behind them. I had a heart-to-heart conversation with this sister, and you know what I was thinking as she was talking to me and expressing her humility and expressing her frustration for what she's been through in the past year or two? The black woman is still carrying the burden for everything. And that's not acceptable. It's not acceptable. For me to hear this sister's pain and to hear her anguish and to hear her express self-doubt. She did everything she was supposed to do and some. And for her to be carrying that level of weight, and she's with child. See, that's what really elevated it for me, because, you know, we talk a lot about revolution, liberation, black power, Pan-Africanism, RBG, Islam, Christianity, all of these different expressions of our culture. But here it is, we have a diamond in the rough that we don't even support. She said she put up a GoFundMe page for $5,000 and she raised $50. That's not acceptable. So I am telling you, because I know she'll never say it, and I'm leaving so y'all can be mad at me if you want to. We, your people, are placing a demand on you, every single one of you in this community, when she gets ready to open her school back up, because there's no doubt it's going to open up again. Y'all are going to support her, is that right?
That's right.
Give this sister a round of applause, please. We talk about, you're good, and I didn't mean to put her on Front Street, but when we talk about the mother of civilization, it don't get no realer than that.
Right.
Look at her. Queen, mother, goddess, Kandaki, whatever you want to call it, she is that. If we're not protecting and working on behalf of our women and our children, we have nothing. When I get up here and I get on this microphone, I take this very seriously. Every time I grab the microphone, every time I prepare for these events, I'm praying within, I'm praying to the ancestors, I'm praying to the Creator that I can say something that will change somebody's heart, change somebody's life, change somebody's mind. When I sat and had that conversation with the sister, it just shook me to my core. Then I went back to my hotel room and I turned on CNN. Are y'all paying attention to what's going on right now? If your third eye is not jumping right now, you should probably check your pulse. We are living in some very dangerous and detrimental times. My subject matter today is supposed to be going to the root of blackness, and I'm going to try to deal with that, but I just have some things I gotta get off my chest. Because this brother right here, yes, I'm talking about you. We are asleep at the switch. And I don't think we really understand how serious things are right now. Now, I just went through a very public fiasco. And, I had to sit back and ask myself, what did I do to deserve this? How did I get here? As a black woman who is trying to edify our children, who is trying to elevate our sisters, who is trying to reestablish the connection with our men, who is trying to be better herself, first and foremost. And not only did I go through a public humiliation, but a lot of the people that are in the so-called conscious community, the elders, people that I know, people whose feet I've sat at, who I've promoted for years, none of them came to bat for me. So I'm feeling some kind of way about that. And I'm not even gonna front. But it's not a situation where I want to go out and attack anybody. No, it's making me want to be better. It's making me want to do better because I understand how serious the situation is right now. And for me, opposed to me pointing fingers at the elders, I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna be an elder one day. We talk a lot about what happened in the 60s and in the 70s and how our elders basically let us down, the children coming behind us because they were too focused on the civil rights movements. We're gonna be elders one day. Everybody in this room. So then the question you have to ask yourself is, what am I doing right now for 7 generations coming up behind me? That's what the African proverb says, right? 7 generations coming up behind us. What is every single person in this room doing for 7 generations coming up behind us? I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to tell you to get your shit together. All of us, self-included. Know and understand that every time I touch the mic, every time I do an interview, every time, whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm on a quest to better myself. I'm always fasting. I'm always meditating. I'm always looking within myself, striving to be better, because we are living in hell. And this is not an easy situation